So the first thing that I feel is going to kill your explosive development, no matter how well you train, no matter how strong you get, and how transferable your exercises are, is excess body mass. And what I really mean by that is excess body fat. Let's have a quick look at the breakdown of acceleration here. So we can see that acceleration is force divided by mass. So if we look at 500 units of force divided by 100 units of mass, and you can have that as kilograms, for example, like body weight. Okay, so that's going to equal 5 units of acceleration. Nice and simple. If we reduce the body weight, so say we've got excess body fat and we've reduced our body weight, so we've kept the force at 500, we've reduced our body weight, our body mass to 95, that's going to give us 5.5 units of acceleration. So it's actually, we're able to produce more force and more power, not from any gains in force, but just in reducing our body weight. So if you've got excess body fat and you feel that you can actually reduce that, so say you're over 10% body fat currently, look to get that down into single digit body fat percentage through cardio work, through good nutrition, and then you'll be able to improve or have a positive impact on the power and the force you can generate. Following on from reducing excess body fat is to be able to have the mobility to get into the right positions. So you may have massive force potential, you may be able to produce big force outputs in the gym, lift heavy weights, jump far, but if you can get your hip into the right position, so have a positive knee drive when you're sprinting, you're unable to produce the force down into the floor that's going to keep you moving in the right direction. So mobility in and around the hip and the musculature of the lower body, especially the adductors, the hip flexor complex, the hamstrings and glutes, is going to be really, really important for you to be able to actually produce that power out onto the pitch. If you want to improve your mobility, you have to be performing mobility exercise, and I think a lot of athletes just simply don't do this. This is something I would program in at the start of an athlete's program and have them performing on a regular basis, so 4 or 5 times a week, if not every single session. And a mobility circuit like this will help to develop around the hip area, so rectus femoris, quadriceps, the glutes, the adductors, and the hip flexor complex as well. This is going to be key to helping you get into good positions, like I mentioned before, when you're sprinting, changing direction and jumping. It's also going to have a positive effect on the length-tension relationships of the musculature that you want to be generating high levels of force and power. And if those length-tension relationships aren't correct, the muscles aren't going to be able to produce the necessary force that you actually want them to. So this mobility circuit is going to improve the positions you can get into. It's going to improve the length tension relationships, which is going to have a positive effect on your power output. What's the number one thing athletes miss out of their training program when training for on-pitch power and speed? That's coming up in the final video.